Google sending shockwaves throughout the industry, announcing a major restructuring of the company. The tech giant will now have a parent company called Alphabet. Traders cheering on this move today. Take a look at the stock, up about 3.5%. But what does this really mean for shareholders and really consumers? Are we going to be confused once again? Let's ask TechCrunch senior editor John Biggs and Piper Jaffray's managing director Gene Munster. And Gene, I want to start with you. The stock looks like everybody likes this plan. Stock's doing really well today.
They do, and part of the reason is that it's an indictment, really, on Google and how much information they've given out in the past. And investors have always clamored for more information, gotten little. And so this is going to provide more insight into the profitability of their biggest business, which is search. And that's why shares are up, is because it's probably going to reveal some positive things about how much money they make with search. Okay, well, John, I mean, do you agree with that? And also, do you look at this company and think, you know, that I mean, they've got some big money losers. Do you think that they're going to start to kind of like, the rubber's hitting the road, basically, on driverless cars and things? Sure, make me money, show me money, or these businesses might, you know, go away.
This lets them create sort of like I guess you could say, like a Richard Branson's Virgin, where you have multiple companies doing multiple things, driverless cars, longevity, all the crazy stuff that we really get a kick out of as tech journalists, and then they can move the money makers, the search, the advertisement, Android into essentially different fiefdoms, I guess you could say.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Gene, I want you to, obviously this is what we got from Mr. Page today. Our company is operating well today. This is a quote directly from him, but we think we can make it cleaner and more accountable. I'm assuming that's to shareholders. This is from Larry Page. And then he said, we believe this allows us more management scale as we can run things independently that aren't very related. Again, that screams to me, Gene, that some of these businesses underneath Alphabet are not going to survive.
Well, probably some won't survive. I would agree with that. But I also agree that they want to give the ones that have the biggest opportunity some more flexibility to go after that. And, you know, like one distinction would be having their own CEOs. Another would be is that they're not going to be bound to using Google products. For example, if you have a self-driving car, it's not going to be mandated that it uses Google Maps. So I think that there's going to be better transparency about which ones survive and which ones don't, but I think it feeds their winners. But you know what? It's interesting. If you look, John, and I defer to you on this because, you know, what's separated here is Google is separated, but then Calico, which is health services, healthcare, they've talked a lot about that. Sidewalk, that's a smart city. Nest, I really like this one. It's home connection for what, by the way, Apple wants to do. And then you've got fiber, obviously that's web, and then, you know, Google Ventures, Google Capital. Do any of those stand out to you, though, as real winners?
I think, well, obviously we just mentioned Android. We mentioned Nest, home automation, all that stuff is really going to get popular, especially as
even in the face of Apple, though.
Absolutely.
You think so? Okay.
I mean, they were very successful with Android, and I think they can repeat that success over and over again with some of their other hardware.
All right. And, Gene, you know, I was looking at, obviously, the management changing here, and that there's going to be CEOs at every company, Gene. Do you think that that's too many cooks in the kitchen? It's a big company. It's a $450 billion market cap, and so I don't think it is. I think given the scope that Google is, I think it's justified. And given the opportunities, the size of the opportunities that some of these moonshot projects are going after, I think it makes sense that they have individual leadership. Gene, why did they pick the name Alphabet? Is it just me, or is it just? I thought that was kind of a strange choice. Am I the only one here?
No, I think I can say this: is investors are struggling with it today, and the straw poll that I've done is people are going to still keep calling it Google.
They are still going to get. Will you hear the same thing?
I think so. I mean, the domain is abc.xyz, so I guess it's easy to remember, but it's also kind of difficult.
This is what they had to do. Gene, you guys saw the headline. Gene, they didn't secure at Alphabet on Twitter. It's some random guy, John was telling me in the commercial break, who's going to be rich probably. And they didn't get the domain name, alphabet.com. I mean, they don't have anything that says Alphabet.
Well, I think in that case, a lot of people have a difficult time spelling alphabet, so maybe abc.xyz is a little easier.
We're that stupid. Wow.
And I just looked up on Namecheap. .xyz domains are going for $1 each, so maybe that was a cost savings.
There you go. Well, they save money because they have plenty to spend. All right, John, Gene, guys, thank you very much. Interesting change for this big company.
Thanks a lot.